Hey there, real estate watchers. Andrew Finney here, and boy, do we have a wild ride ahead in today's housing market update. Have you ever felt like you're on a roller coaster that's simultaneously thrilling and nerve-wracking? Well, that's exactly what our housing market feels like right now. Buckle up, because we're diving into some eye-opening news that'll make you say, I've never seen anything like this before. Today, we're unpacking a jaw-dropping statement from Fannie Mae's CEO, digging into what renters and homeowners think about the upcoming election, and decoding why our housing market seems stuck in limbo. Plus, I've got a special insight that might just change how you view your next real estate move. For those new to my channel, I'm Andrew Finney, your go-to real estate expert. With over a decade of experience navigating the twists and turns of the U.S. housing market, I've personally helped many first-time homebuyers, sellers, and investors make smart moves in real estate and many more through the educational videos on my channel. Today, I'm breaking down the latest news that's shaking up our market. Let's kick things off with our top stories. Number 1, Fannie Mae's CEO drops a bombshell about the current housing market. Number 2, nearly 1/3 of U.S. renters say housing affordability is a top issue in the upcoming presidential election. Number 3, mortgage rates are dropping, but the housing market still feels stuck. What gives? Number 4, the Great Divide, how homeowners and renters view the current market differently. Stick around, because we're about to dive deep into each of those hot topics. All right, let's jump into our main story, and it's a doozy. Priscilla Almodovar, the CEO of Fannie Mae, recently made a statement that's got the entire real estate world buzzing. She said, and I quote, "I have never seen a housing market like this before." Now, coming from someone who's been in the industry for decades and weathered the 2007 through 9 financial crisis, that's saying something. So what makes this market so unique? Let's break it down. Number 1, the lock-in effect. Homeowners who snagged those sweet low interest rates during the pandemic are now reluctant to sell. Why? Because moving would mean giving up their ultra low mortgage rates. It's like having a golden ticket and not wanting to let it go. Number 2, high mortgage rates. While we've seen some recent drops, rates are still historically high when compared to the last decade. This is putting a squeeze on affordability for many potential buyers. Number 3, insatiable demand. Despite these challenges, the demand for homes remains incredibly strong. It's like everyone decided they wanted to buy a house at the same time. Number 4, rising home prices. With limited inventory and high demand, home prices keep inching up to new record highs. It's a seller's market on steroids. Number 5, insurance costs soaring. As if high prices weren't enough, home insurance costs are going through the roof, especially in areas prone to natural disasters like Florida. Here's the kicker. Despite all these challenges, people still want to buy homes. It's like the housing market is playing hard to get, and buyers are more determined than ever. Now, let's put this into perspective. During the 2007 through 9 crisis, we had a crash fueled by subprime mortgages. Today, we're facing the opposite problem. A market so hot it's practically sizzling, but with barriers that are making it tough for many people to participate. What does this mean for you? If you're a homeowner, you're likely sitting on a goldmine of equity, but if you're looking to buy, you'll need to be more strategic than ever. It's not impossible, but it requires careful planning and possibly some out-of-the-box thinking. Now, let's zoom out and look at the bigger picture of our national housing market. Number 1, the affordability crisis. According to a recent Redfin survey, nearly 1/3, 31.6% of U.S. renters say housing affordability is a top 3 issue when it comes to the upcoming presidential election. That's almost double the number of homeowners, 17.1%, who feel the same way. This shows just how pressing the issue of affordable housing has become, especially for those trying to get their foot in the door of homeownership. Number 2, election impact. Interestingly, about 23% of prospective first-time homebuyers say they're waiting until after the election to purchase a home. Some are holding out to see if proposed housing policies like down payment assistance will come into effect. It's like the whole market is holding its breath. Mortgage rate paradox. Here's where it gets really interesting. Mortgage rates have been dropping recently, which typically would spark more activity in the housing market. But guess what? The market still feels stuck. Why? It's a combination of factors. Limited inventory. Remember that lock-in effect we talked about a moment ago? It's keeping many potential sellers on the sidelines. Affordability concerns. Even with lower rates, home prices are still at record highs in many areas. Economic uncertainty. some buyers are hesitant due to broader economic concerns. The homeowner-renter divide. The Redfin survey also revealed a significant gap in financial optimism between homeowners and renters. About 52.1% of homeowners say they're better off financially than they were 4 years ago, compared to only 44.2% of renters. This wealth gap, largely driven by home equity, is becoming a major point of discussion in housing policy debates. Market sentiment. When it comes to which presidential candidate would be best for keeping home values high, 41.6% of homeowners believe it's Donald Trump, while 35.3% favor Kamala Harris. This split opinion reflects the complex relationship between politics and the housing market. The takeaway: our housing market is in uncharted territory. It's a market of extremes: extreme demand, extremely low inventory, and extremely high stakes for both buyers and sellers. Now let's talk strategy. In a market this complex, what can you do to navigate it successfully? For potential home buyers, don't wait for perfect conditions. They might not come anytime soon. Get your finances in order. A strong financial position is your best weapon in this competitive market. Consider up-and-coming neighborhoods. Sometimes the best opportunities are where you least expect them. Be prepared to act fast. When you find the right home, don't hesitate. For homeowners, if you're happy where you are, focus on building more equity. Consider making extra mortgage payments if you can. If you're thinking of selling, don't let the fear of higher rates paralyze you. There are strategies to mitigate this, like buying your new home before selling your current one. Look into home equity loans or HELOCs, home equity lines of credit, if you need to tap into your equity without moving. For renters, start building your savings now. Even if you're not ready to buy, having a robust savings account will give you options. Improve your credit score. This can help you secure better rates when you are ready to buy. Stay informed about first-time homebuyer programs in your area. New initiatives are constantly being introduced. Remember, in a market this unusual, conventional wisdom might not always apply. Stay flexible, stay informed, and don't be afraid to think creatively about your housing situation. Now, let's address a question that's been on many of your minds. With all of this uncertainty in the housing market, is it still a good time to buy a home? Great question. The answer isn't a simple yes or no. It really depends on your personal circumstances. Here's what to consider. Number one, your financial stability. If you have a secure job, good savings, and a solid credit score, you're in a strong position to buy regardless of market conditions. Number two, long-term plans. If you plan to stay in the home for at least 5 to 7 years, buying can still be a smart move. This gives you time to build equity and weather any short-term market fluctuations. Number three, rent versus buy comparison. In many areas, monthly mortgage payments are still comparable or lower than rent. Factor in the equity you'll build, and buying could be financially advantageous. Number four, interest rates. While rates are higher than in recent years, they're still historically reasonable. And remember, you can always refinance if rates drop in the future. Number five, your local market. Real estate is local. Some markets are more buyer-friendly than others. Do your research or talk to a local real estate professional to understand the specific market dynamics. The bottom line, if buying a home aligns with your personal and financial goals and you're prepared for the commitment, it can still be a great time to buy. Just be sure to approach it with a clear strategy and realistic expectations. All right, real estate warriors, if this information has got your wheels turning, don't keep it to yourself. Smash that like button and share this video with anyone you know who's trying to make sense of this crazy housing market. And hey, if you're viewing on mobile, give that screen a little love tap to hype up this video. It really helps. Got questions? Drop them in the comments below. I read every single comment, and your questions might just inspire my next video topic. Let's do a quick recap of today's wild ride. Number one, we're in an unprecedented housing market with high demand but limited inventory. Number two, housing affordability is a major concern, especially for renters. Number three, the upcoming election is influencing both buyers and sellers' decisions. Number four, despite dropping mortgage rates, the market still faces challenges. Number five, your best move? Stay informed, be strategic, and don't be afraid to seek expert advice. That's all for today, folks. Remember, in this unique market, knowledge is your superpower. Stay curious, stay informed, and keep asking questions. Whether you're buying, selling, or just dreaming about your future home, I'm here to help you navigate these uncharted waters. Until next time, this is Andrew Finney reminding you that in real estate, as in life, the best investment you can make is in yourself. Stay savvy, stay positive, and I'll see you in the next video.